The record, my name is Norman J. Azevedo. I'm a practicing attorney, but I'm here today as a parent. My son attends Sierra Lutheran High School. And I want to say at the beginning that he is not a recipient of the scholarship program, and we are not Lutheran. We put our son in the school after we had him at another school, a larger school, and he did not do well at that school. He was not doing well, and when a parent sees that, that's probably one of the most difficult things you go through. You look for an alternative. So when we went to Sierra Lutheran High School, what drew us to that school, and we're thrilled, it's a true blessing, is the community. And before this issue arose, we had no knowledge of how many students were on scholarship. And frankly, from our perspective, it didn't matter. We didn't even know that even existed. But what I would tell you today, when you hear the administrator stand up and say that this would impact 1 out of 5 students, the school is small. It is not a large school. There's maybe 140 total students. So that impact is significant. And if this funding ceases, and those students ultimately leave, that would have a dramatic impact on the community. That is what my son has become to know. When a student, a child, or a young man goes to school, those peers are significant in how he looks at the school. My son was one of those kids you heard from a previous speaker, wasn't doing well, and now he loves school. He left a vacation early this fall to come back to go to this school. And so I understand this subcommittee will be faced with a lot of issues regarding funding. I understand what you do. I think I understand what you do. And I know the demands and challenges, and really ultimately the decision you make is daunting. But as a parent, what I would ask or hope that you would do when you're deliberating and considering this particular issue and the $20 million is to realize at the end of the day that the student is the one who's impacted. Whether he's a sophomore or she's a sophomore, junior or senior, they will be impacted. My wife and I have an older daughter who we put through the University of Nevada, Reno with the State Treasurer's Program. We participated in that when they were young children. And all I thought of is if I were to receive a letter from the treasurer next week saying my son's prepaid tuition isn't going to happen, and you're going to have to find alternate plans, we'll return your money plus a reasonable rate of interest, would you address that? So please, when you deliberate, keep in mind it's the children who will be impacted. Thank you.
Thank you for your